Nobody hates tiling floors as much as me. But today, I've got to tile this one. Now, it is a really awkward shape. The fact that it's so small, they've got all these different corners. It's these bits here which are going to catch people out around the door. It's tiny. So I'm going to use the best possible method for a floor like this, and it doesn't matter what size tiles you've got. It could be big, they could be small. This is how you template a floor out like this, so you can basically go out, do it all in one cut and put it together like a jigsaw. So what we're going to do is I've cut down some pieces of tile backer board. You can cut down little bits of timber, some little thin bits of ply, whatever you want. All you need to do is make sure that you've got at least one straight edge. 22. If you're not used to tiling and you've not done many tiling projects before, it might seem like this is a little bit overkill for tiling like this, but honestly, after all the prep's done and this is all glued together, I'm going to show you how easy this makes it. You basically just take this outside, set your tiles out, and if you have got a pattern in the tiles as well, doing this enables you to see exactly what the pattern's going to look like. I'll just put loads on, I do. Just don't want it breaking. So essentially at this point, all you're wanting to do, whether you're using timber or tile backer board, you're wanting to glue all of these pieces together around the outside so that when we take it outside, you've got one big giant template which you can use to put on top of the tiles when they're all laid out, and you can pick literally down to the millimetre where on those tiles you want the perimeter of the room to land. Now, I know, you see, it doesn't look clean. It doesn't need to look clean. All it needs to do is serve its purpose for giving us the perimeter of the room. I can't wait to start getting these down. Got like just nice, subtle vein work going through them. And we're also going to be building a bespoke tiled worktop as well. So, and I mean, by the time you're watching this video, that video might already be out as well, so go check that out. As I just mentioned, this is a whole downstairs bathroom renovation, and so if you don't already, hit that subscribe button so that you can see all of the other videos that follow out after this. And it's not just going to be this downstairs bathroom renovation. We cover all aspects of tiling, the good and the bad. I'm a little bit nervous actually about getting this out. It might be easier for me to, I think I might just cut it here, cut it over here, and then just assemble it again back outside. So what I've done is I've created an incision here, and I've created another incision over there, and we're going to use this to then slide it out. But then because we know that these are both straight lines on either side, we'll get our spirit level outside and reassemble it, making sure it's nice and straight, and it'll be fine. We're all assembled. What I did is I got my spirit level, pushed it up against the side, making sure that it's nice and straight as it was. We knew this was straight because we cut it off straight. So as long as it's straight when it goes back on, it's going to be fine. Exactly the same with this side. So you want to make sure all your veins are going in the same direction at least. Here, it's going to see if we can get a little match. Okay. It's actually worked out quite nicely because we're only going to have to take a little bit off there around the top end, and then we're just going to have to add a little bit at the back down by the loo. Oh dear, this is where I need my tracer one. I've already done a bit there, but we'll go around there. I only need to be able to see a faint line. It's going to come in all around the outside here, just rough. And then here, it's going to go all the way around the perimeter. Comes off a bit there. We think we're going to be okay there because it's going to be under the threshold. So we've got this bit. Pop that out again. Boom. All the way up here. And plate off. We've actually not got much to cut. This is great. Right now, because we've templated it, we know the bits that we need to cut off. That bit, this little sliver here, this little bit here, that and that. I can just about laugh at this bit now, but innocent little me has no idea the day that I'm actually in for. But I'm not going to say anymore. I'll let you guys see as this video goes on. But right now we're starting to grind across our lines, and this template, it's really as easy as it looks. As soon as you've templated it, the hardest part of the work is done. It's just about putting it on top of your tiles. For me, we were using these bigger tiles. They're actually 900 by 900 rather than 1.2 by 1.2. But it doesn't matter whether you're using bigger tiles or small tiles. As soon as you put that template on top of them, you draw your pen marks around, and you can almost set the floor out off the template too, rather than having to do it in the room. Put your marks on, grind it all down, or use your manual tile cutter to cut the rest of it, and then you just go and put it together like a jigsaw. Right, let's hit it. This is the last grind anyway. Once I've done this, I can put all this stuff away. Right, let's go. Right, a huge tip whenever tiling a floor, any floor in fact, if the architraves are on, is cutting the bottom of those architraves off, because they just get in the way. And if you've got to start trying to scribe your tile around them, it honestly just becomes a massive pain, and you're never ever going to get as neat as slipping that tile underneath the architrave. All right, that's gone in nicely. So we're nice and tight all around the outside. We've got this little bit here, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Nice. We're in. What I'm going to do is to close this up just a little bit more. I'm going to make sure that I can push this over another 10 mil. So I'm going to run a line up here to take 10 mil off that. And then I'm going to take 10 mil off this line here. And then, you know, probably about the same off that one there. And then when the skirt tiles are on, plus a bit of adhesive, plus a line of silicone, I'll probably get about 12 mil. Right, pissed off at the minute. I've just broke that tile, getting it out. Got a crack there, and there's a crack there. Now, so just to fill you in on what happened for the next couple of hours, I shot over to my workshop, picked up the resin, picked up some adhesive. Then I got back in my van, drove home, ranted in the van again, and then once I got home, I mended the tile. Now this isn't ideal. I don't have enough tiles to break into another one because of the rest of the things I've got to do in the room. So I stuck it back together with colour matched resin, and actually it looked quite good. So once I got back home, I was basically just spinning multiple plates. I was fixing the tile with resin. I also primed the floor, which is what I'm doing now with acrylic primer. And essentially what this is for is because the concrete or the latex is quite a porous surface, it stops the porous surface pulling the water out of the adhesive when it goes to set. It also seals it and cleans it too. Again, whilst the tile was being repaired and the resin was slowly setting, I decided to set the first tile. So I started spreading the adhesive down, and then I back buttered the tile. Again, it's really important to back butter tiles, especially the big ones. And what this does is it makes sure that the tile actually bonds to the adhesive, because sometimes you can have areas which doesn't bond well, which can cause cracks in the future. My iPhone.
No, it is now.
Thank you. Fucking hell. One sec.
Two pumps.
Just one sec. Right, no, one sec, let me come back out. Just wait there a second, Ellie. Yeah. We do love each other, honestly. Ellie was there. She went and firstly checked to make sure my iPhone was recording, and when I was coming in with the tile, guys, these tiles are just such a pain in the butt when tiling tiny floors. You see her watching over my shoulder. She was basically saying how I need 2 pumps. You know what, she's absolutely right. I should have 2 pumps. It would have made my life a lot easier. It gives you so much more control over the tile. But anyway, it was such a relief when it finally went in. Jesus Christ.
You needed 2 pumps.
God, yesterday was crazy. So today we've just got to do one last little cut into the back of the room, and we're going to use this to do it. I know I said you could just use a grinder. You can just use a grinder. Push it even. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Oh yeah. All right, so lovely. Yeah. 27.5. Actually, 25. I was actually going to grout it, and then I was waiting for it to dry, and I thought, why am I going to, I was actually just going to grout it for you guys, honestly. And then I was thinking, what's the point in grouting it? Because I'm going to be in here working anyway, and like that just kind of goes against rules, really. So I'm not going to grout it for now, but please bear in mind that I'm going to be building a bespoke worktop here with a bowl on it. I'm going to be recording it all mitered edges, all resin filled, everything. I'm going to be tiling the inside of this window. I'm going to be installing the toilet and the bowl on my own. And I don't even touch any plumbing. So more than anything, that might just be a little bit funny. But please let me know what you think of the video down below. If you do have any questions, stick them in the comments. I literally reply to all of you. I get back to everything. So I hope you enjoyed the video and it wasn't too chaotic. And I'll see you on the next one.